welcome in, and tonight I'm going to show you how to make some great meatballs. We've decided to have spaghetti and meatballs, but these meatballs, you can put them in the freezer. You can make them as an appetizer. You can make them as spaghetti and meatballs. You can also do Italian sub, a meatball sub with some sauce and some cheese and put it under the broiler. Yum. If you have them in the freezer, you can pull them out anytime you need it, and that's what I like to do. We're going to need some chopped onions. You can use fresh onions, or I like to use the dehydrated onions. Then you're going to need some garlic powder, some parsley, and I like to use, instead of regular breadcrumb, I like to use the panko. This is a lot more crispy. And we're going to use some Parmesan cheese, and do not forget the milk. I chose to use 80-20, and the reason I use 80-20 is because the fat content that's in it is going to keep moisture into these meatballs, which is very important for a good meatball. You do not want to have a chewy meatball. And speaking of chewy meatballs, one of the main reasons why the meat gets tough is you're working it too much. So don't handle this too much. We're going to go ahead and spread this out so it's not in big chunks, just like that. And now we're going to start adding our ingredients. 1.5 pounds of ground chuck. You want an 80-20, remember. Then we're going to do 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs, then 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, a couple tablespoons of parsley, couple tablespoons of dehydrated onions, and last but not least, we're going to add in 4 tablespoons of milk. Now we're just going to use our fingers to get this loosely together. We're not worried about pressing in. We're not kneading dough, remember. We're just mixing everything up to make meatballs. And we're almost there. It smells so good. All right, there we go. Now we're going to measure these out. I use an ice cream scoop, but you can easily get a cookie cutter, or I should say a cookie scoop. And that's about the size that I like to make them. You don't have to roll them real hard. You just scoop and roll. Now, if you feel that your cookie sheet is older and it's going to stick, use some parchment paper, put that down, then put all your meatballs on top of that. I'm just going to finish up the rest of these. I'm going to keep working along. And we'll see how many I get. Now we got everything made up. We ended up getting 4 this way, 5 this way. We ended up with 20. Now you can easily double or triple this and go ahead and put some in the freezer, but I'll be doing that at a later date. Right now I just want to get these in that 400-degree oven, and we're going to start out with 15 minutes and see where we're at. All right, well, I got those in the oven. I'm going to clean up a little bit, and then Also, I wanted to mention to you, one of the things that really helps, especially if you have a busy family, is you want to make sure that you prepare ahead with some staples that you can just pull out of the freezer. And one of the things that we do here at this household is we make sure that there's spaghetti in the freezer. When I make a box of spaghetti, instead of just taking the amount that I need for that night, I make the whole box, and then whatever's left, I go ahead and, whether it be divided out for 2 nights, put it together for one, if it's going to be more than just me and Tim. It depends on how I want to store it. The meatballs, instead of just making the amount that you're going to need for tonight, go ahead and double or triple it, put them in the freezer, and then you can pull those out. You can make some Italian meatball subs. You can make some spaghetti and meatball at any given time. You can make some Swedish meatballs. You can do, an appetizer. Remember the appetizer that you do with the jelly in that? And I think it's a chili sauce. I don't remember the exact recipe, but maybe I'll look it up and I'll attach that to the bottom of the comments as well. But when you do that, just like with the sauce, I have some sauce canned already. I don't have to worry about going out. The only thing I needed to do was go and pick up some hamburger. And if I would have been smart, sometimes I have hamburger in pound packages in the freezer as well. Let's go ahead and get everything cleaned up, and we'll come back and take a look at what those look like in about 15 minutes. The last countdown. And go ahead and clear this before it buzzes. Not quick enough. They smell yummy. And see the grease? There's nothing wrong with having grease because these are going to be nice and moist. Can you hear the sizzle? And the key to this is not over baking these. You don't want these to be so dried out that you have to worry about it. And I am going to take a little taste. Let me get up work. Which one looks good? Let's take this one. We're going to cut this in half. And they are done all the way through. Hot. Really good. And what I would probably do is this did 15 minutes. I would probably check them at 10, depending on how hot your oven runs, and then see where you're at, because you don't want to overcook these. Now the only thing I have left to do is just put this whole dinner together. I'm going to heat up my sauce, put these into that as it's heating up. The spaghetti noodles are already heated up as well, and we're going to be ready for dinner in about 5-10 minutes. So thanks so much for stopping by today, and I hope this recipe here is going to help you out, not just for your dinner tonight, but also for your freezer stockpile. See you next time.